and thanks for joining me, your sports pilot James Glory, on another exciting edition of Sport Vibe on DNT World, where we'll bring you exciting and latest sport happenings across the world of sport, as is our tradition to do this every Tuesday. So I would implore you to please stay tuned, because we'll be right back shortly after this break. Welcome back to beautiful Tuesday, and starting from the world of football. This time around, we'll be traveling down to Scotland, where we talk about the Rangers Football Club winning the Scottish League Cup for the first time since the year 2011, defeating Aberdeen 1-0 in the finals of that particular competition. After 12 years, the Rangers are lifting the Scottish League Cup for the first time. Quite an interesting one for them. And also in the world of football, we talk about the legend of the game, particularly in the defensive side of the pitch. We talk about Johnny Shishleni, who has retired from professional football. Cheleni has announced that he's not going to be playing professional football again after 39 years. Unfortunately for Cheleni, his last match in the MLS before his retirement came against the Columbus FC, where he represented the Los Angeles FC, and he was unable to win that particular cup in the MLS. When you talk about the MLS Cup of the season, and he has retired from the world of football right now. You remember that Cheleni played for Juventus and is one of the greats when you talk about the Italy national team. He's not going to be playing in the Euro 2024, obviously, and let's see what Italy will be doing without Cheleni at the back line for them and the Euro 2024 in Germany. And another interesting one again in the world of football is in the Premier League. Premier League has been so much dramatic this season. 500 goals has been scored this season alone in the Premier League. In fact, over 500 goals has been scored in the Premier League this season. And an interesting one for Arsenal Football Club is that they are back to the top of the table in the Premier League after their win against Brighton and Hove Albion 2-0 during the weekend. It was a dramatic one for them. And another interesting one for them is that Liverpool were able to share points against Manchester United at Anfield, and this is the first time that Liverpool will be winning home match in the Premier League, and it's a goalless draw between them and Manchester United. Manchester United, who are struggling as things stand, were able to get a point against the almighty Liverpool, as Liverpool followed Arsenal closely at the top of the Premier League. Arsenal are 1 point clear ahead of Liverpool in the Premier League. And an interesting one is that their next match in the Premier League will be between the first and second, Arsenal and Liverpool. It will be an interesting match to watch, so I would ask you to put that into your calendar and watch that particular match in the Premier League. Aston Villa continues with their impressive form as they sit number 3rd in the Premier League table. We can't say the same thing about Manchester City. Manchester City continues to struggle. In fact, this is the first time since the year 2016 that they won't be winning their 3rd consecutive home matches in the Premier League. This after a draw against Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace were able to secure a point against Manchester City after scoring a penalty kick at the stoppage time during the weekend. It's a devastating one for Manchester City, if you ask me, as Arsenal are 5 points clear at the top of the Premier League table. But an interesting one for Aston Villa in the Premier League, as they continue to gather momentum and continue with their impressive form in the Premier League, as they are sitting in the 3rd position, the same points with Liverpool ahead of the Christmas season. Is an interesting one also when you talk about Everton, the other side of Liverpool, the blue side of Liverpool. Everton, after seeing 10 points deducted from their points in the Premier League this season, they were struggling at the relegation zone. But just after their match against Manchester United, where they were defeated 3-0, Everton has been able to win their 4 matches in a row this season in the Premier League. Do you see them surviving the relegation zone this season after 10 points being deducted from their point? If the 10 points was there, they would be ahead of Chelsea Football Club, who were able to win in their Premier League match during the weekend. It's an interesting one in the world of football and in the Premier League at large. But quickly, let us go on a very short break, and when we're right back, we continue from where we stopped. Welcome back and thanks for staying tuned. But you permit us right now to travel down to Germany in the Bundesliga, where we talk about the Englishman Harry Kane, arguably one of the greatest strikers of all time right now in the world of football. He has been able to score his 20th goal in 14 appearances in the Bundesliga. Harry Kane, you can take nothing away from him. As record as it is the second highest goal scorer in the Premier League history, and now he's dominating in the Bundesliga as he has been able to score his 20th goal in just 14 appearances in the Bundesliga. How many more goals for Harry Kane this season in the Bundesliga? By the end of the season, Harry Kane should have been able to record over 40 goals in the Bundesliga this season. This particular man will be leading England to the Euro 2024 that will be taking place. Now he will be able to end his cupless and his drought in winning trophies in the Euro 2024 when he will be playing in Germany. And quite an interesting one again, talking about the German league and in the Bundesliga. We talk about Bayern Leverkusen, who are currently occupying the top position in the Bundesliga this season ahead of Bayern Munich. They are 4 points cleared ahead of Bayern Munich, and the Xabi Alonso side continues to cook and dominate the Bundesliga. But an interesting one for Nigerians is that Victor Boniface is part of the ingredients that Xabi Alonso is using to cook in the Bundesliga this season. And for the record purpose, Xabi Alonso side are yet to lose in any of the competition that they are participating in this season. What is Xabi Alonso doing? But I said an interesting one is that our very own Victor Boniface is part of this incredible move by Bayern Leverkusen. And when we talk about Victor Boniface, we can't fail to talk about Victor Osimhen that is making us proud in the world of football. He was able to create an incredible assist in the Italian Serie A for Napoli during the weekend. You can take nothing away from these two, Victor Boniface and Victor Osimhen, representing Nigeria in the world of football. And quickly, let's talk about FIFA. FIFA has been busy, and particularly during the weekend, they have announced so many competitions that will be taking place next year and in the years to come. They have announced that the inaugural edition of the CONCACAF Women's Gold Cup will be taking place in the year 2024. February 20th, will be winning the inaugural edition of the CONCACAF Women's Gold Cup that will be taking place in the year 2024. Let's keep our fingers crossed as we'll be enjoying good and interesting football in the year 2024. We already have the Euro to watch. Now we'll be having the inaugural edition of the Women's CONCACAF Gold Cup. And also FIFA has announced that the first edition of the FIFA World Club Cup that will be seeing 32 teams play in the cup will be held in the year 2025. In the year 2025, we'll be seeing 32 teams participate in the World Club Cup. It will be an interesting one. And also FIFA has announced that the competition will be every 4 years starting from the year 2025. That means after the year 2025, the next competition will be in the year 2029. And the FIFA competition where you talk about the World Club Cup. Who will be winning the World Club Cup? As you know, it's going on right now. Will Manchester City be able to emerge champion, or who will be winning the World Club Cup this year? And also an interesting one in the world of football again, and this time around we're still talking about FIFA. FIFA has announced the final nomination of the best FIFA men's award. Who will be winning this between Lionel Messi, Kylian Mbappe, and Erling Haaland. Remember, Messi was able to beat these two to win the Ballon d'Or. This year, will he be able to beat them again to win the FIFA Best Award when it comes to the men's category this year? And an interesting one again where we talk about FIFA. FIFA has released the FIFA Women's Ranking where we talk about the national teams in the world of FIFA and in the women's competition, where we see Spain occupying the third position in the ranking. You remember, Spain were able to win the World Cup that was just concluded, and in the second position we could see USA. France moved to the third position in the women's FIFA ranking, and also England maintained their spot in the fourth position. Sweden drops to the fifth position as Germany occupies the sixth position in the FIFA women's ranking. Also Netherlands in the seventh position, Japan in the eighth position, Korea DPR in the ninth position, while Canada occupies the last and the 10th position when it comes to the first 10 in the FIFA women's ranking in the world of football. This is the length at which we'll be going on this week's episode Sport Vibe on DNT World. For more news and sports stories, follow us across our various social media handles at Sport Vibe on DNT World. Enjoy your holiday, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Thank you.